What's up, guys? I want to take you through this mobility and yoga sequence. Each one of these stretches, or each one of these poses, I should say, you're going to hold for 2 minutes. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The 2 minutes is going to seem like it's taking forever, but the reality of it is it's going to be the most important aspect of this. Not only the hold for 2 minutes, but the breathing aspect too. So the first one is going to be the hamstring wall stretch. All right, so you're going to scoot your bottom as far as you can towards the wall. If you feel like your bottom is floating too off of the ground or too far from the ground, you can scoot back a little bit. The goal is to feel a slight stretch through your hamstrings here, keeping your knees back, not necessarily flexing your quad and pushing your knees against the wall or towards the wall or anything, but you just want to keep your legs straight, feeling that nice stretch. So if you're here, you want to pull those toes towards your shin, and from this position, all you're going to do is focus on your breathing. And how I tell people to do this is I like for them to clasp their hands together and put it on their belly. Think about breathing in through your nose. You want to fill that belly up with air, feeling those hands rise, and you want to exhale through your mouth. Set a timer, put it beside you. You're going to hold that position for 2 minutes. All right, so we're going to go to the next movement, and this one's going to be the supine wide V. All right, so I want you to go into this position a little slow, because for some people it's very, very tight for the hamstrings and the adductors, but you're going to go to where it's comfortable for you, or where at least you can withstand that position for 2 minutes. So you're going to just go in a wide V here. You want to maintain that same sequence in regards to breathing. Clasping your hands at your belly, breathing in through your nose, filling that belly up with air, and then exhaling. You're going to hold this position for 2 minutes straight as well. All right, so the next one will be the spinal twist. All right, so this is the one where the feet are going to come back together. So you bring those feet back together. What you're going to do is you can drop it to the left or the right. You're going to go down nice and easy. Some people are not going to be able to go all the way down to the floor, and you have to understand that that's okay. You're going to feel a huge stretch in there. So if it's not a big deal either if both feet are not touching each other. It's not the end of the world at that point. You're just going to feel that big stretch here through your hip, through here. So what you're doing is you're disassociating the upper half and the lower half at this point, feeling that stretch here through the IT band and the hips here, and you're really getting that disassociation, feeling that pull in the chest. When you have this arm on the ground, you want to feel like this is getting pulled away from you. All right? Really think about separating that shoulder, getting that stretch here through the chest. You're going to hold this position for 2 minutes. Now, when you're in this position right here, it is kind of hard to focus on that in through your nose, out through your mouth, but that's what the whole 2 minutes is for. You want to use that whole 2 minutes to really utilize that breathing technique and trying to focus throughout, okay? Now, after you go to the left side, you're going to go to the right side, spinal twist as well. All right, so you're going to do both sides. Each position you're going to hold for 2 minutes long. All right, so the next one we got is the frog stretch. All right, so you're going to bring your legs back up. Good, feet are going to be touching together. So what you want is you want the bottoms of your feet here touching together. If you have your shoes off or something like that against this brick wall or something, it may be a little bit uncomfortable. If you need to put your shoes on, that's fine. We just rather take your shoes off. It's just a little bit, for some people, it just gives a little bit of relief, all right? So once you're in this position here, you're going to be really pulling the adductors, the inside of your hips there, and you're going to focus on your breathing here as well, just like we talked about with the other ones. So you're going to hold this position for 2 minutes, focusing on breathing in through your nose, filling that belly up with air, and then exhaling for 2 minutes. All right? So in that same position, what we're going to do is we're going to do the frog stretch, and we're going to do the shoulder mobility. All right, so what we're going to do is you're going to hold this position here, focusing on your breathing. You're going to take your arms, you're going to clasp them together for me, Nick. Good. As you're holding this position, you're going to think about taking your hands, punching them up towards the ceiling. So really think about protracting them shoulder blades, and you're going to come back overhead, go to your limit, and then come back up, boom, and then come up, protract, reach up to the ceiling. Now when you go overhead, what I want you to do is keep your arms straight and then come all the way back up for me. And you're going to do that 10 times while holding this frog stretch position. All right? And another one here for your shoulders is you're gonna go frog stretch supine 90-90. So you're gonna be 90-90 here from your shoulder to elbow, elbow to wrist. You're gonna hold this position here. You're gonna notice that your arms or your back of your hands, for some of you, are not gonna be able to touch the ground. Don't force anything. That's okay if you're not able to do that, all right? So get as much range as you can. You notice here that Coach Nick's arms or hands are a little elevated, and that's totally fine. But I want him to breathe throughout the 2 minutes and try to focus on relaxing his shoulders, letting that chest open up. Now, once he's in this position, he's 90-90. He's gonna have his back of his hands, if they can, they're gonna reach up. It's kind of like a Y, and then coming right back into this position, 90-90. He's gonna do that 10 times, okay? All right, so now in this position here, frog stretch, open and close. So you're gonna internally and externally rotate those hips. So he's gonna put his hands, clasp them together, put them on his belly. He's gonna focus on his breathing here. Now, for this one, it's also gonna be for 2 minutes. You're just gonna be doing something, you're gonna be moving back and forth. So you're gonna be going here, you're gonna be closing, and then as he opens up, he's gonna exhale, exhale, good. And then close, and as he opens up, he's gonna exhale. You can do this 2 different ways. Do that for 2 minutes, or you can do it for 10 times, all right? Now what we're gonna do is the figure 4, okay? So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna ask Coach Nick to scoot his body out. He's gonna have his feet flat on the wall. He's gonna be 90-90, so from the ankles to the knees, from the knees to the hips, he's gonna be 90 degrees. He's gonna take one of the foot, so we'll go to the right leg first. He's gonna hook it over. Biggest thing here is I want the ankle to be floating freely. I don't want it against his leg. So ankle open freely. And what he's gonna do here, hold this position again for 2 minutes, and he's gonna focus on his breathing throughout. In through your nose, filling that belly up with air, and then exhaling. He's gonna be feeling this pull right on the outside of the hips here, in hopes of when you get to the second round, that you are gonna be able to get closer to that wall because you're gonna be more relaxed and you're gonna be a little bit more loose there. After holding 2 minutes here, he can switch legs. So go ahead and switch legs for me. Good. So he's getting in his position. He's having that ankle free. He's not against his leg. He's 90-90. He's breathing. He's gonna feel that pull on the outside of the leg here and right near the glute. He's gonna relax, breathe. Now, on his second leg, on his first round, he can stay in this position, and what we can do is work on a little bit of ankle mobility as well. Now, what you're gonna do here is go 20 right, 20 left. So all you're gonna be doing is, that's why it's so important to have that ankle free from the leg, all right? So what he's gonna do is gonna rotate this way 20 times, just his ankle, and then he's gonna rotate the other way 20 times, just at his ankle, and then he's gonna switch. Okay, so now from this position, he is in the figure 4 position after the ankle mobility. He is gonna do the figure 4 with the spinal twist. Now this one, again, you have to kind of ease yourself into this position. For one, because for a lot of people, they're really tight, and it's another portion of, or another part of disassociating your upper and your lower half. All right, so if his left leg is hooked, so if his left leg is hooked here, he's gonna take the bottom of his foot and hit and let everything fall down while spreading his arms out. Boom. Now, this one's gonna be, it's my favorite one. It's gonna be here. He's gonna think about taking his arms, making a nice little T there. He's gonna get disassociation from the hips and the upper half. He's gonna feel that stretch here. He's gonna hold this for 2 minutes, focusing on that breathing with that inhale and then that exhale. All right, filling that belly up with air. So after 2 minutes on this side, he's gonna switch over and do the 2 minutes on the other side. Ease into it. Now for some people that are really tight, all right, don't get bent out of shape. If you can't get all the way down, just go to your limit, don't force anything, and just focus on your breathing. All right, so that wraps up our mobility / yoga day that you can do pretty much every single day if you wanted to, especially on the days that you have 2 to 3 to 4 games, a tournament weekend or something like that. You want to be able to keep that body moving. The key is breathing, and the key is holding it for that true 2 minutes, all right?